Hi everyone, I'm Lyric. I'm 23 years of age. I am from South Africa and I am an Afro-head girl studying to become a nurse.
I'm Ella, I'm 27, I'm from Germany. I'm an actress and I have red hair.
I'm Martha, I'm from Kenya. I'm 32 years old and I'm a scientist and I have dreadlocks.
I'm Marika, I'm 21 years old, I'm from Berlin and I'm a student and I have blonde hair.
Yeah, but I was singing too.
Because I know African hair and I know how long it takes to achieve that look. So it just looks like it takes more time because you have to twist it and untwist it to get it to look like that.
I don't know too much about it. I sometimes watch Instagram videos on it, but it seems like lots of work and so.
I do one hairstyle so I don't have to do my hair throughout the week because that's gonna mess up my whole routine, and also I don't play a lot with my hair. It's best to just keep my hair in one hairstyle for the rest of the week because our hair is very fragile. People may not think it's fragile because it don't look like it sometimes, but it's really, really fragile. So we do a lot to protect our hair. Yep.
Ella, I would guess Ella. You seem like your feet and you can freely move.
Okay.
So I would say, you can dance well. But also Lorik, I think, because generally from your accent I can hear that you're South African and therefore I guess you can also dance.
Got a few.
I feel like you could be the one to have the best dance just because you got such a bubbly personality already, and I can see you definitely giving it all on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Just going all out.
I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna have to give it to myself too.
How many blondes does it take to screw in a light bulb? I think. I'm not sure it's the way it goes, but I think two, one to hold it and the other one to turn her around or something. Yeah. This is really dumb, but I don't care because you can, it really has nothing to do with being blonde actually, But yeah, there's a stereotype. I don't think it's that common anymore though. It's more, I think I get it's more the mixture of being my age and maybe meeting people who are a bit older, in their 30s or something, and they underestimate me because of my age, and maybe men also because I'm blonde, but or sometimes I dress very girlish, very feminine, and then it all comes together. Yeah. But I think it's always a mix of everything, especially by men being underestimated. Which also can be fun sometimes though, to just prove them wrong,
I was walking around in one of the lakes in Berlin, and some random guy approached me and asked me if I was selling weed. Just because I have dreadlocks and I have black skin. Yeah. And I was like, dude. So I think a lot of people look at the hair and assume certain things without even knowing why your hair is like that. So definitely people judge based on hair and make assumptions just because of what you look like.
Right.
Yeah, they do have stereotypes, of course. They'd be do you get how much do you wash your hair? Do you wash your hair every day? And when I'm no, I just wash it twice in a month, they're huh? Yeah. Is that hygienic? I'm it's very hygienic, yes. Very hygienic, because we lose a lot of oils from our hairs, and that's why I said a lot of people assume that black people have this hair that can withstand whatever, our hair can withstand every type of thing, and we actually can't. That's why we're always protecting our hair, that's why we're always braiding it, that's why we're always keeping it in these protective, because it's actually called protective hairstyles, so that we can keep our hair a specific way and like keep the way it is, because it's really hard to maintain natural. It attracts people to like touch it, and this touching thing, this touching of hair, like I hate it. I honestly don't mind like when it's like braids or like not my hair, like I don't care, touch it. But like European people have the tendency to be like, darf ich deine Haare anfassen? But their hand is already here. I'm like, did I say yes? I would like really say that they do it a lot. But like if you ask me and your hands are like here, and I already say like, if I say yes, like that's okay. Like once, it's fine. But honestly speaking, I don't like it when people touch my hair. Like I hate it because it's like, you know when you go to a store, like and you see nice things, like everybody can touch it. But when you go to a museum or like an art gallery, like you're not supposed to touch the portraits because it's art. And my hair for me is art. So I don't expect people to touch it. Like I hate it because it takes time for me to get it to look a certain way. So when people are like, I'm like,
I feel really ashamed for that because I really don't know why people are asking to touch your hair.
Yeah, it makes me sometimes also feel like I'm an animal, you know, like how you see a cute animal, like, oh, to be so zoos. Like, no, don't do that. Like, I feel like a kid sometimes. It really is annoying. And like, I know it's like fascinating as well, but don't touch it. Art is also fascinating, but you're not supposed to touch it.
I've been asked if my dreads have a special meaning for me. Yeah, because of course they're associated with certain religions and stuff. Yeah, but to be honest, I think I appreciate if someone actually asks me something like that instead of assuming, you know. So don't just look at me and think, okay, this person is fitting in this box, but just be curious and ask, okay, why do you actually have your dreadlocks? Yeah. Why do you wear beads in your dreadlocks? Does it mean anything, or is it just, you know, for beauty or whatever? So yeah, I appreciate the curiosity and the questions.
This color is a color that not a lot of people have, and I think every time when I'm when I'm in a crowd of people, everyone will see me. Yeah, and I like it.
I got a type of hair color that other people like they want to dye their hair that way. You know, like it's very.
I'm so tempted.
It's very light, but it's not platinum or anything, and like it still looks natural. I still get asked all the time if it's dyed though, but yeah, and also yeah, people usually recognize me by my hair, which is fun because I'm like, you know, especially at Berlin parties, everybody's like so dark, dressed so dark, everything's dark, and I'm like the blonde fluffy head running around, and like people can spot me, like, oh hey, it's you. It's like, yeah, hi, but then they don't recognize me when I wear my hair up or something. It's hilarious now, and I like that it actually doesn't take me long to style at all. Like it took me a long time to figure out how to, but now it's like very fast and easy, and I really like that, and I really like that about me.
How long do you take to style your hair?
Like make it 5 minutes tops. Like I just put some thing in, like crunch it a bit, done.
For me the same.
What a dream. What a dream.
Like yeah, just, you know, using the right products I guess helps a lot, and not rushing it.
Yeah, I don't rush either, but it takes me 2 hours. I remember the first time I had an afro, and then somebody was like to me, "You look like you got electrocuted." I was like, "Excuse me? I got what?" And then like I kind of felt like insecure in some way, but then I was like, then I told my mom, and she's like, "Girl, pull yourself together." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And I pulled myself together, and obviously at work as well, like there's certain patients that are like, "That's really dope hair, like I love your hair, like I want to have your hair," and stuff like that. And then there's patients that's just like, "Why do you come like that?" And I'm like, "Because it's my hair." And a lot of people would obviously say like she said, like the afro is very unprofessional. So like when you come to work wearing like your afro, then they're like, can you please tie your hair or something? And I don't stand for it. Like, I'm not doing anything to my hair.
You mean you've actually been requested to tie your hair back?
Yeah. Like, if it's like too puffy, like I should like tighten it more so that the bun can be a little bit smaller because it's too big.
I've only heard like, I bet you heard that as well, maybe, especially from men who don't know you. Does the carpet match the drapes? Have you ever heard that?
Does the carpet match the drapes?
Yeah.
Child.
So basically, does the carpet match the drapes? Like, when somebody asks you that, it means like, does the hair like on your head matches the hair downstairs, like your pubes? And I feel like, but people with red hair get that asked like more often.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. And I was also asked a few times. There's a you say it in German. It's wer feucht ist im Keller, rostet auf dem Dach oder irgendwie so.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about how wet is my just because of my hair color. I'm someone who is laughing about it because I realized it later, and I was like, okay, what the hell is going on? But when somebody is saying stuff like this to me, I'm like, yeah, sure. And after that, I was realizing, okay, what the is going on? What does that mean with my hair? What? Yeah.
I've had this discussion a couple of times with friends, and one in particular is always saying, yeah, it's cultural appropriation if, for example, a Caucasian has dreadlocks. And personally, I just don't really care about such things because it's about, like, it's a personal choice, you know, what works for you. Yeah. Do dreadlocks work for you? That's fabulous. And you're a white person, that's great. Do braids work for you? Do you want to have a perm or just short hair or whatever? Like, for me, it doesn't really matter. I think it's more important why, like, for yourself, why you're doing it. Are you just trying to cause waves or make people think you're a certain way, or is it just something that you believe in for yourself?
I would say yes and no at the same time, because I feel like you said, what are your reasons for doing it? Or is it for you like to fit in some mold? And I also think a lot of people would say like it's cultural appropriation because a lot of black people had like a hard time being accepted wearing dreads. They still have a hard time. Like when you go to an airport today, like who is getting searched the most? The black woman with the dreads, the black woman with the braids. They check if there's like any drugs in the braids, any drugs in the dreads. Like, so they do have a hard time. So I understand as well why people would say like that's like wrong for Caucasian people to wear that. Or like we feel some type of way because we always get like comments about our hair and of like the whole just the whole cultural thing, like how it started. Like if it was appreciated in the beginning, maybe our approach was going to be different, you know? Like, and then I would say no as well, because sometimes we wear like these Chinese sticks in our hair, and for them it's also like their culture. So for them it might feel like, oh, you guys are wearing like your hair tied up and you're wearing those sticks, like I forgot what they're called, but like for them it might also feel like y'all are disrespecting our culture. So I say yes and no at the same time, but I feel like don't give us a hard time when you guys are about to do the same thing.
Yeah, I think nobody cares about my hair color. I'm not sure. I'm a type with my hair color. Yeah, but nobody really cares.
Same. I don't think it matters, or I would be discriminated by a picture if I wear my hair like I do. So
it was a little bit of a concern for me when I wanted to start looking for a job here in Germany, if my hair was going to be a deciding factor. And I had a chat with a couple of people and I was like, okay, be honest with me. If I show up with dreadlocks, what's it gonna be like? And yeah, I was surprised at the feedback, that a lot of people in Berlin don't really care about hair types. So yeah, for me it was like, yeah, that's quite comforting. I recently started a new job and I had my interview with my dreads, and yeah, I mean, I didn't even have to remove the beads. Like, I'm just me, even in a professional setting.
Yeah.
But that said, I think it might depend a little bit on the industry that you're working in, because yeah, so for me, I'm a scientist, and it's more important what you bring to the table than what you look like. So yeah, maybe that's the reason why it didn't matter in my field, but maybe in some situations it might be important.
I was in Bayern, so they lots of it very conservative. Like, it's way different. Like, maybe if I send my resume like to somebody here in Berlin, like, they'll be like, yo, I actually liked your picture because it was really dope, like your hair. But like there, it's like, wait a minute, she looks a little bit messy. No, she doesn't look professional. Like, so I would always have like pictures of mine that's like with my hair back, like behind my ears, of course. At work, I have my Namenschild. Like, my hair is like laid back, and I have like a ponytail, sleek ponytail, and they were like, is that actually your hair? And I'm like, yeah, it's actually my hair, but it's just differently styled. Yeah, so it's different. It's different when you're a black girl.
I saw a post on LinkedIn recently where someone was asking, are dreads professional? And it started like this whole conversation. I think there were like 500 comments or more on this, because it's such a well, sorry to say, but it's like a stupid question. Yeah. What you have on your head is not what's in your head, you know. From my perspective, it feels really much more negative, like the discrimination I face, because there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. It's the dreads, it's the color of skin, it's the fact that I'm a woman, and yeah, like there's a lot of things that I think influence the discrimination that I have faced. So I might not be able to say specifically that, yeah, it was exactly my hair or it was only my hair.
Yeah.
It's like a package of everything. And also, like, being a scientist, like, that's also another dimension, because no one is looking at you and immediately thinking, yeah, she has a scientific career.
Yeah.
You know, someone is thinking she's doing a different kind of job just because of how I look. That's just the reality. But I also, I don't know, it would be interesting to hear from you both. Like, what is the intensity of discrimination that you face? Like, how bad is it actually?
With your hair, or like,
I would personally say I want to put in like quotation marks discrimination, because it's more in like my leisure time that happens, like slightly sexist or very sexist comments about it, assumptions that I'm dumb and blonde, whatever, but it hasn't like really affected my career in a way, or like how people see me in a professional way. So I think that's very different from you probably. And also, like, I feel like the discrimination I face because of my hair is like more of a sexist issue, or issue of sexism, and that is probably the same for you, but also you have the underlying, like, always present issue of racism as well. Right? Yeah. So it's like intersectionality thing of like, you know, layering up in a way, and the prejudice you face because you're wearing your natural hair, or you're wearing like dreadlocks, that specific hairstyle. I think they're much greater than just having blonde hair and curls. Like, that's, you know, I'm not being discriminated against in like in a general way.
I know, like, this one guy, he is black and he has dreads, and he like really drives like an expensive car. And when the police stop him, they're like, "We need to search your car. No questions asked. Just, we need to search your car right now." And then he's like, "Sure, search my car." And then obviously they find nothing. And then they're like, "Whose car is this?" And then you're like, "Whoa. Hectic. It's actually my car. It's actually in my name." So it's like a lot of things, you know, it's not just your hair, it's everything.
Your hair is beautiful, even if it's African hair, even if it's thick, even if it's it looks hard to manage, it's still beautiful the way it is. So it's okay, like follow your dreams, follow that desire to have the dreadlocks, because in the end it's going to pay off to care for your natural hair in the way that it should be cared for. Like, you don't have to perm your hair or relax your hair to be accepted. You can have it natural. You're beautiful the way you are, and it's okay to have it like that.
Your hair is your glory, so like it's very important for you to feel sure in who you are as a person. When I transitioned, like I said, a lot of my family members weren't like really like, "Oh my gosh, you look so good with your hair." Like, it was more like, "When are you gonna get it permed?" But I was like, "No, but this is what I want." And eventually it became a trend, and eventually now they're the ones asking like, "Yo, what products do you use? Like, what can I use for my curls to look a certain way?" And I feel like that's the same with you. Like, you start something that you believe in, people will follow. Like, the comments of people will always be there, whether it's good or bad. People will always have something to say. What you want, do it, baby girl. Period.
I have, like, as a child, I had like really long hair until here, but it was kind of straight because it weighs down and my curls are not that strong. And then I like chopped it off, and then it was like a whole mess, and I didn't know how to deal with it. My parents both have curls. They should have, like, I don't know, said something. My mom was like super short and my dad just brushes through, so that's how he deals with it. And I used to like wear it for years, like just in a high bun. I like did not wear it open, and like then I kind of found out, like, I think through Instagram or something, about like curly hair girl method or something. It's like, oh, let's try it, you know, got nothing to lose here.
Often went to a hairstylist with a photo of how I really like to have my hair. And every time I went out and I was crying because I had these fucking curls.
Yeah, right.
And I think it costs a lot of time that I really accepted that my hair is different than other curls, because every curls are different. That was a real big step for me.
It doesn't matter if you're blonde, if you're a redhead, if you have dreadlocks or an afro or permed hair or short hair, or if you're bald.
Yeah.
Everyone is beautiful, and your hair is beautiful as it is.
Definitely.
That's it.
That's good.